Hey guys, what's up? This is Dr. Rashonda Jones Jackson. I'm back with you once again to let you know that it is possible for you to be successful. Stay tuned. How to build your business credit. It is possible for you to be successful with building business credit. It's not easy, but it's possible. Okay, so the first thing that you guys need to understand is there are three major business credit bureaus, and it's the same equivalence to your personal credit, but it is a separate entity. So understanding is your personal credit and your business credit, they're not the same. They're two totally different, just parenthetically speaking, entities, okay? So they're totally separate from one another. So understand that your business credit has its own score separate from your personal credit, which is a good concept, because if you have poor personal credit and you have excellent business credit, then you can capitalize off of using your business credit versus your personal, which it is very wise to build them both. But just in case while you're starting your business, you don't have the personal credit, then you can work on building your business credit while you're working on cleaning up your personal credit, if that makes sense. Okay, so just like there is three credit bureaus with your personal credit, there's also three bureaus with your business credit. Okay, so as far as your business credit is concerned, you have Dun&Brad, which they've been around for quite some time. But if you're like me, you're just actually getting in on the loop, and you probably never heard of Dun&Brad, which I never had until I started the adventures of building my business credit. So first you have Dun&Brad, and then you have Equifax business, and then you have Experian business. Those are your main business credit bureaus that actually gives you an index score. And those are the three that you're trying to build so that when lenders look up your business, they're wanting to know your ratio of paying back debt, your debt ratio, or how you're able to be responsible with credit. Okay, so the way that you build your business credit is to first have an EIN number. You have to have your EIN. This number is given to you by the government, but it's the equivalence of a social security number. So it's the same concept, same idea. So your social security number helps identify you as a person. And then as far as the credit bureau is concerned, it helps identify your ability to handle debt. So now your EIN is the same as your social security number. It is going to tell lenders how you're able to operate as far as your capitalism is concerned and your debt is concerned. So this number is going to be the same as a social. The lenders are going to pull it up to see, if you're handling your debt well when it comes to your business or if you're not. So it's important for you to have an EIN. Once you've established your EIN number, what you're going to do is go to Dun&Brad, and you're going to establish a Dun&Brad number. Okay, so you're going to go to Dun&Brad, you're going to fill out the application so that you can establish your EIN with Dun&Brad. And Dun&Brad is going to give you they're going to assign you another number, okay? And it's going to take a couple of days for it to come back, maybe 5 to 10 business days or what have you. Once you get your Dun&Brad number, now you are official when it comes to the credit business. The business credit, I'm sorry. So once you get this number, you are starting or setting the mark for building your business credit. Okay. So now that you're all set and you have your Dun&Brad number, now you're going to have to start utilizing your EIN number to build your credit. So to establish that, you're going to have to start getting vendors, which is called Tier 1. So you have Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 when it comes to building your business credit. The tier 1 deals with vendors like net 30 accounts. What net 30 means simply is that you have the option to pay back an invoice within 30 days. So you may have a net 30, you may have a net 60, may have a net 90, but those are your tier 1 accounts. Once you start with tier 1 and you establish at least five vendor accounts, you can start building that credit up. So we're going to start with tier 1 vendor accounts, and I'll tell you what those are. So your tier 1 accounts or your net 30 accounts are simply accounts like Quill.com, Uline, Granger, or any other net 30 vendors. Okay, once you apply for the accounts, or you're going to register online, you're going to go to Quill.com or Uline.com, and you're going to set up an account. Once you set up that account, you can send them an email, or you could contact them. And what you're looking to find out is what business credit bureau do they report to? What bureau do they report to? Not only you want to ask that, you want to ask them how much you have to spend in order for them to start reporting to your towards your business credit, because a lot of them have thresholds. They have numbers or amounts that you have to spend in order for them to start reporting. So if you just go in there spending $20 and $30, that may not meet that threshold, and they're not gonna, report you spending this type of money towards your business credit. Not only that, in order to establish, I've noticed with a net 10 account, I've noticed that some companies, I think Uline, matter of fact, to be honest, Uline requires for you to have at least 5 orders, and the orders have to be over $50. So you have to order at least 5 times over $50 before they even start reporting to the credit bureau. And these orders are not net 30s, meaning they're not giving you 30 days to pay for them. You have to have a consistency of 5 orders that you paid or prepaid up front in order for them to even start your net 30 account. Now, Quill is a little different, and it's a little easier. Quill, normally once you contact someone and ask the question, matter of fact, when I went online and I contacted a representative, they set my net 30 up the same day, and I was just starting building business credit, which means I did not have a credit score. So they were easier. It was an easier route as far as getting started with those vendor accounts. Now, Uline is a little different. They have a little bit more strategical, you have to do more before you can actually start your net 30 with Uline. Now, let me explain to you what these different companies consist of. These are the companies that you're going to use to buy things like products for your business, like cleaning, janitorial, shipping, anything that you need for your office, printing paper, things of that nature. That's typically what you're going to use Quill and Uline for. Now, they're a little pricey, it's kind of expensive, and you're going to buy in bulk. Okay, so it's the equivalent of like Sam's, but it's a little bit expensive. Now, when it comes to Granger, that's a little different. I don't really have any usage for Granger, but if you're trying to build this credit, then sometimes you gotta figure out something that you could purchase from these different companies that you can use at your advantage. Like, for instance, when it comes to Uline and Quill, you can buy your everyday business products like hand sanitizer or cleaning supplies or mops or brooms or things that you need for your janitorial part of your business. Uline, you can use them for packaging. Like if you're doing a lot of shipping and receiving, they have everything that you need for that. So you're going to have to go through the catalogs and see what it is that you can purchase that can be of use to you. So it's a win-win when it comes to utilizing their products and having them to report to the credit bureau. So it's just like you buying dishwashing liquid, but they're reporting this towards your business credit scores so that you can build a business. So that's the win-win. The lose part is it's a little bit more expensive than you would want to spend when it comes to certain things. The next thing that you want to do is make sure that you are actually seeing the reports on your Dun & Bradstreet report as far as your business credit is concerned. You want to make sure that they're actually reporting. Okay, because a lot of people are having problems with building business credit because they're not they're not meeting the standard with one of the vendors, whatever that may be. Maybe you haven't ordered enough, whatever the standards and the are for that particular company. You have to meet those standards, and you need to check to make sure that they are reporting, because you need at least 5 in order to get a decent paydex score. So what you're looking to do is get a paydex score of at least 80. That is considered excellent business credit. At least 80. And the scoring is different from your personal credit. So it's totally different. All right, so once you have established your tier 1 accounts, which are your vendor accounts, now that you're building this business credit, you have them reporting to the business credit bureaus, now you're on track. So now we can move to your tier 2. Once you get to tier 2, these are your store accounts, like for instance, Sam's, Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, different companies like that will offer a business credit line, and this is called your tier 2 accounts. So it's any type of store account or gas cards, things of that nature, for you to fuel your vehicles for your business. So these are your tier 2 accounts. They're your store accounts. Home Depot, Lowe's, Sam's, Amazon. Now we're in the money. So now that you got your tier 1, you got your tier 2, now you can start applying for your tier 3 accounts. Now this is not going to happen overnight, guys. You're not going to build each one of these tiers overnight. This is through a process of time. And one thing about us, we do not like to wait. Humanity is just continuing to mishandle the process of time. I mean, we don't like it. We give up. We throw in the towel very quickly when it comes to processing. This takes patience and time. But once you get to your tier 3 accounts, this is where you're about to get into the money. This is where you're now about to gain access to large sums of capital, like loans with your Bank of America or Navy Federal or PNC Bank, those major banks. This is where you're about to apply for loans, okay, with large amounts, credit cards with your banks, Wells Fargo, and these different entities that are going to issue you loans and credit cards based on your index score with your business credit. So you're talking about now getting into the 100,000s, okay, things of that nature, or even greater. One thing too that I've noticed with your personal credit, a lot of companies or entities they're not really fond of quickly giving you large substantial amounts of loans or credits, but with business they are. That's kind of the difference. When you apply credit cards or business loans with major companies, they're wanting to give you large amounts. They're not on the same standards when it comes to your personal credit. They want to give you $50,000. They want to give it's almost impossible for a company to give you a $500 credit card for a business. They're normally right out of the gate coming to you with $25,000 or $1,000 on your credit cards or on your loans, because they understand the concept of running a business. And another thing too about building your business credit is different from your personal credit is you have to have a utilization under 30% with your personal credit. That's not the case with your business. They want you to use the money. They want you to use the credit. They want to see the usage usage level, and they don't care how high it is, as long as those payments are on time. Efforts are on time, they want you to utilize the credit. So that's the difference, okay? It doesn't have anything to do with you having a low debt ratio like it is with your personal credit. They want you to use it, and it's actually how this entrepreneurial world evolves or revolves. It revolves around utilizing credit, okay? It is the essence of being successful. It truly is. You spending the money, keeping the cash flow, and spending the money on the credit and then paying it back. That is the reciprocation of a successful cash flow when it comes to business, okay? Not necessarily when it comes to your personal credit, because you want to keep that debt down as low as you can possibly get it. You want them to give you the debt. You don't mind the ratio being high, but your usage has to be low. You can't get a $25,000 credit card on your personal credit and then max it out. That's going to completely kill and destroy your personal credit. So it's not the same same ideology with business credit. It's different, okay? So now you're about to really gain leverage. That's what your tier 3 accounts. This is where you're in position, once again, to actually ask for large sums of money when it comes to banks and lending agencies that will give you larger amounts based on how you've handled those tier 1 and tier 2 accounts. So now, listen, we in the money. Okay, and another thing, this is just for free. Okay, this wisdom bite is going to be for free. You guys, you're going to have to get a virtual address if you're operating without a brick and mortar, meaning you're at home doing e-commerce. If your business solely functions online and you're not in a building and you don't have a physical address, then get you a virtual address, okay? Now, this is something that I missed a mark on when I first established my business. I did not have a virtual address. I used my home address. It does not look good when it comes to tier 3 lenders, okay? They're not, because there's so much fraud going on and it's the big hype right now to build business credit. So everybody is trying to utilize this avenue, and unfortunately one bad apple spoils the bunch. Because these large entities, they understand the hustle, they know the fraud. They're looking to see how legit your business is. So sometimes it's a red flag if you're operating or running your business from home, even though it's legitimate. For instance, myself, Elevation 316 is an online service provider. So I use my physical address, which is my home address. But what you're going to do, I'm giving this to you because I didn't utilize this principle. Get a virtual address. There are thousands of companies that offer virtual addresses. So you can just Google that and look at the ratings and reviews to see which one that attracts you more, and go ahead and get a virtual address. Also, get a phone number. It is wise to get a toll-free 1-800-188 if you can. If not, get a number outside of your personal cell phone number. For instance, unless you want to, like for instance, my cell phone provider is Verizon. If you want to get a business account with Verizon, then they're going to report you having a business cell phone line or service line to the credit bureau. And then, so you got to make sure you're paying that bill. But you want to have a phone number that's outside of your personal phone number, because they're going to look it up. If I'm trying to give you $200,000, then I'm going to see how legit you really are. So they're going to look it up. They're going to see if you're on Google. They're going to see if they can Google your business. They're going to see if you have a virtual address, or address period, business address. They're going to see if you have a .com or a website. They're going to check your social media. Some of them even ask for different URLs for social media to see if you have a social media connected to your business. Listen, like I said, one bad apple spoiled a bunch. They're wanting to see if this is straight up, if this is legitimate, or if this is someone that is trying to build their business credit just because they have poor, bad, or poor personal credit, because with business credit you can do a lot of things, and then once you establish it, once you start using it, actually, I mean, in all honesty, it doesn't affect your personal credit. So if you decide not to pay it, then that entity is just dissolved. It's just a loss. So for some people, they're just frauding the system. And then you have some people that actually legitimately run and operate a business and need this credit. So it's bad. But unfortunately, you're going to have to make sure your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. So get you a virtual address, get a phone number, preferably 1-800 if you can. If not, you can go to Google Voice. I got my first business phone number from Google Voice, and it's free. So it gives you a different phone number, and you get to choose, which area code that you want to use or what have you. And they actually offer 1-800 numbers as well with a fee. If I'm not mistaken, last time I checked, it was about $20 a month. But it does come with voicemails and things of that nature. Now, when it comes to your virtual address, you actually have companies that will not only provide the virtual address, but they'll provide the phone number. They'll provide the 411 listing for your business. They will provide an office if you just needed to randomly have a meeting or something of that nature. You will have the option to utilize their space. Address is concerned, it is a win-win situation. Be careful about frauding. When you go to Google and you start looking for virtual addresses, you do have people that are not legit. You have services that are not necessarily legit. They'll be giving you the address to a USPS postal company or something of that nature. And unfortunately, you got to be very careful. So when you go online and you fill out the application for the virtual address, look it up. If they tell you what your address is going to be before you pay, Google it, search it out to see where this location actually is. Is it a real physical office, or is this some type of mail room? Something of that nature. So do your homework. Don't fall for any and everything. You got to stand for something, and you're trying to stand in integrity when it comes to your business. You don't want to take the cheapest route. All right, another golden nugget for you is a NAV account, NAV. I'll put it over here somewhere so you can see exactly how to get to that website. Get you a NAV account. This NAV account is going to give you the ability to check all 3 of your business credit bureaus at once. Okay, now if you signed up and there's a fee, I think it's about $40. But if you sign up and you actually pay a fee, you get 2-in-1. You get to check your business credit, and they're going to report to the Business Credit Bureau, and it'll be an actual trade line on your credit report. So it's also going to help build your credit. So while you're utilizing it to see what your credit score is, they're in return are going to report as a trade line towards your business credit. So you're still winning. All right, so the last thing, guys, to make your business more credible to lenders, build your social media accounts. It's going to work at your advantage. Build social media accounts for your business. For instance, create a business account with Facebook, with Instagram, with TikTok, with LinkedIn, so that when lenders start to search you out, they can find these different social media accounts and solidify that this business is functional, that it's creditable, that we can trust that it is in service. And on the upside to that, or the backside to that, you're gonna build more capital. You're gonna gain more customers, because people, everybody's not gonna come to the brick and mortar. Everybody don't know you exist. But if you build a platform on social media, you build your social media platform, you're gonna have more access to more people, millions at one time with just one post. So build and create your social media. Use that platform at your advantage, okay? YouTube, things of that nature. And it's going to establish you as a business, as a unique business. And you're going to draw in more customers and things of that nature. So I hope this video was fundamental My prayer is that it was in simplicity and at the core of your understanding, so that you're able to take these tips and utilize them. They were not available for me at the time, and I didn't even know how to search it out, so I didn't have this advantage. So I wanted to give this advantage to you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to inbox me, DM me, or contact me, inbox me, leave a comment or whatever it is, and we can get in touch with each other and we can do business together. I can be found on a lot of different platforms: TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Some of my handles are Elevation 316 Ministries. Another one will be Elevation 316 LLC. You have Elevation School of Theology, and then my name is Rashonda Jones on Facebook. So you can use any of those handles to get me to see what it is that I offer to this world when it comes to ministry, when it comes to business and products and services. So listen, I want you guys to stay blessed, and I want you to be successful, because it is available for you. Listen, the wicked may prosper, but God wish above all things that you will prosper and your soul prospers. I love you.